Okay, today we're going to build a box, a stacking box. I've built these before. Usually I build them round, but I'm going to do it a little different this time. I'm going to make it square instead. So we're in VCarve Pro, and we're going to create a new file. 8 7/8 by 24-inch piece of wood. I measured the piece. It's 0.94 inches thick. Working in inches, double-sided. Z0 off the material surface, that's my preference. You use whichever setting you like here, machine bed or 0 off the same side, whatever you like. I always use datum center. Being a welder by trade, we always measure center to center, and I've always worked center, so that's my preference. So you choose whichever you like. Flip it horizontally. Okay. Now, the first thing we're going to need here is 4 squares because we're going to make 4 layers. We'll have the lid, the base, and 2 middle sections. So we're going to make these squares here. 5 1/4 with a radius. So 5 1/4 square with a radius. We'll create a square. Now we're going to move this up here so we have room for 4 pieces in total. So we're going to select our vector. We're going to go here to move selected objects. And we're going to put this at 3 inches. 3 inches, apply. There you have it. Just off center. We're going to copy, paste. We're going to move this absolute to 9 inches. We're going to apply that. Now we need 2 more down below, so we're going to paste again. Absolute to -3. Because we're going to go below center here. We're going to apply. And we got to have 1 more. We're going to do absolute to -9. Apply. We have our 4 vectors that we need. We'll close that. Now we're going to need to we're going to select all of these. We're going to copy them to the bottom because we need to know where we're at when we go to do the other side. So we copy the other side, click that. Now when we flip it over, you can't tell the difference because they're identical so far. So on the top, on these 3, select these 3. We're going to make walls 1/4 inch thick. So we're going to go down here to offset. We're going to offset inwards 1/4 inch, 0.25. We're going to offset. There we have the walls of our box. Now, to hold the top and bottom together, we're going to need grooves and recesses so they fit into each other. We'll put a 1/8 on the bottom, a 1/8 recess. So we're going to put a lip here. We're going to offset it inward, but we're going to put it 1/20. So it'll be tight, but it'll fit. The bottom will fit inside that. So we'll offset that. Sorry. We got to select our vectors still. So we'll offset that. Close that out. Now we'll leave one open. The second one, we're going to, the first and second one, we're going to make little compartments. For, I assume this will go to like my grandkids or something like that. And they're going to like some small compartments for all their good little pieces of junk or whatever. Anyway. So on this one here, we'll make 4 compartments. So click there, and then spacebar to get out of there. And this will snap to center here. Click on there, go over to here, spacebar again, slide up a wee bit. Let's make 3 here. Here again, you can do whatever you like. We'll go halfway, click there, go over here, click here, spacebar again. Start at the same center point, go over to the corner, and there we have 3 compartments. It's a little funky, kind of neat, different. So we want to make these compartment dividers all 1/4 inch the same as the outside edges, right? So we're going to close this. We will select these vectors. We'll also select these vectors. We're going to go into our offset. This time we're going to offset both sides of our vectors. We'll go 1/8 of an inch, 125. We'll offset that. And there you see we have 1/4 inch dividers in our little compartments in our box. With those still selected, we'll hit delete. Okay, we got rid of some of the vectors, but we're going to get rid of these other parts here of these vectors. We're going to use the interactive trim tool. We'll zoom in a little bit, and we'll snip it here, 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 down here, up here. Now, this is important because when we cut with this interactive trim tool, we were joining these vectors and these vectors. So when we go to clear this out, we have one continuous vector for the toolpath to follow. Okay, now we'll go up above and do the same. Trim it here. We're going to get rid of these little tails here, because like I say, we got to join those vectors, right? And this will get rid of them and join it all at the same time. Okay, we'll zoom in a little tighter here. Trim those little tails off, and then here, and this side as well. Okay, we have all our vectors for the top, but on the lid, we're going to add a little something here. So we'll go into our clip art. I got a model here of a unicorn. I'm going to put that here in the center. So we'll just grab this little handle here in the corner, resize it a bit. You can go into the resizing tool if you like, whichever way you like. That's not bad. Our unicorn is selected. Go back to the drawing tab. We're going to hold shift down and select the outer vector. We're going to go to this center object in selected object. So being as the outer vector was the last selected object, now our unicorn is centered into our, this is where we're going to cut out our lid. So now we're ready to go to the bottom, go up here to our top bottom side, hit the F key to center this. Okay, now, not much to do on the bottom. We're going to put our little recesses on this one and this one. We'll skip this one because this is the bottom. This will sit on the table, bench, or table, nightstand, whatever. And this one. So these 3, we need the little lip for the to fit into the inside of the top. We're going to offset inward. This time we're going to go the 1/8 of an inch. On the top we did the 120. This time we'll do 125. That'll give it a 10 thou clearance. It'll be tight. It'll be snug. So we'll offset that. And that's pretty much done for that. On this one and this one, we're going to put just a little hollow in the bottom so it'll sit flat. And we're going to hollow this out a bit because it's going to be pretty solid. It don't need to be that heavy. So we're going to offset inward. Let's go 0.2. Let's go 0.3. That'll be fine. Okay, now on this one, with the unicorn on top, we're going to close this. We're already done the drawing. All the vectors we need are here. Everything is ready. It's a quick, easy little project here. We'll pocket this out, and we will. Okay, here we see our material setup. We already set it at 0.94. I measured the board or center off the material surface. This is the depth of the unicorn, and that's fine. And we have 0.63 inches of wood under the unicorn on our lid. So we'll hollow that out 0.3. That'll leave us a 1/4 inch or better of material under our unicorn. We're going to hit OK. Okay, so we'll pocket that out. We'll go 0.3 here. 0.3 deep because that'll give us about a 1/4 inch. We're going to use a 1/4 inch ball nose to leave a rounded edge around the inside when we're done. We're going to use a 1/4 inch end mill for a clearance tool, and we'll calculate this out. And we're going to preview. Okay, that gives us a recess in there. It's just going to lighten up the piece a bit. Looks pretty good. Going to go back to our 2D. Now we're going to recess this the same way. Close this out. We'll pocket this out. We're just going to take a little bit, just so it'll sit flat on a table or nightstand or whatever. We'll go 0.05, 50 thou. Just a little skim off of there. We'll calculate that out. Preview all Toolpaths. So now we have our deeper recess for our inside the lid, and a light, just a little recess here. Now, one other tool to run on this side is to take off the outer edge to leave that little lip for the to fit inside the pockets on the top side. So we're going to select the inner vector on these ones, and here, all these, not the inside one, the one at 125. We'll go in here. We're going to profile toolpath this at let's go 0.1. Oops, not 0.1. We'll use a 1/4 inch end mill. We'll keep it the same as the other. So when we load our toolpaths onto the CNC, we can do all these in one step if we use the same tool. So we'll use a 1/4 inch end mill, outside, 0.1 depth, profile. Let's hit that, preview. Okay, so we have our little lip that'll fit into the recess on the lid. This is our little recess in the bottom, so it sits flat on a table. And here's underside of the lid. Okay, we'll go back to the top now. And the bottom is complete. Okay, now we're ready to toolpath the top side. So we'll select these vectors, hold the shift key down, select this vector. We're going to pocket these ones out. We'll pocket them out at 0.75. We're going to use a 1/4 inch ball nose. That leaves a nice radius on the inside edge as we did on the other side. Regular end mill. We'll pocket this out and we'll preview this. Okay, that's what we're looking for there. As you can see here, we'll zoom in a little bit. That's kind of hard to tell here, but it's a rounded corner in the bottom with the ball nose in there. Now we're ready to pocket this one out. Now this one, we're not going to pocket it out 3/4 of an inch like the other two, because if you remember, we put a little recess at the bottom of 50 thou. So we'll pocket this one out at 0.7. And it'll remain the same, the larger clearance tool. We're not doing any of the rest of this. We'll calculate this. We'll preview that. Oh, we got to preview the clearance as well. Okay, that gives us our little recess for the lip on the bottom and our little storage compartments and one larger compartment. Now let's toolpath our unicorn. Here we're going to select the vector around our model. We're going to go into our 3D finishing toolpath, and we're going to use selected vectors. This will machine to the vector. So we'll calculate this. Oh yes, we're using a 1/8 tapered ball nose. I forgot to mention that. We'll preview this. Oh, sorry, I hit preview all sides. It's going to go through the whole spiel here. Go to the bottom. And as you can see, it's machined out our unicorn and the flat surface right to the edge of our box lid. That's what we're looking for here. We'll center this again. We'll go 2D. Now, the only thing left on this whole project is to cut it all out. So we're going to select the outside vectors on all of these. Oops, I keep doing that. Close that. Get rid of that. Hold the shift key down. Select the outer vector on all 4 pieces. We're going to close this out, go to the profile toolpath. We're going to cut this to 0.94 inches, the thickness of our material. We're going to use a 1/8. I got a 1/8 compression end mill that does an excellent job, and it's an Armana end mill 1/8. Select. We're going to go outside. We're going to add some tabs here. You can have it select tabs for you. I prefer to put them in myself. This way I know where they're going to be. I know how I'm going to cut them out with a little handsaw, thin kerf. So I prefer to just do it manually. Just hover your cursor there and click it. Quick and easy. And we're done that. Close this tab. We'll calculate, preview this. And there we have it. Just one thing I forgot to do on the bottom. We're going to cut the bottom first, and then we're going to flip it over. We need to index this to our spoil board. So we're going to go back to drawing, 2D. We're going to put 4 circles here. And we'll pocket them out. We have 4 holes for dowel pins, 0.3 inches. It's a tight, I have 532 dowels. And those dowels are soft, so I put a 0.3, which is a tight 532. And it'll hammer in there nice and tight. So we're going to go to mirror. These have to be symmetrical. So we're going to flip about job center, and we're creating a mirrored copy. So we're going to flip horizontal, flip vertical over center, we'll bring down, flip it horizontal over center again. Now if we were to flip it vertical, it lands dead center on top of our first vector. We'll close this out. We don't need that second vector, double vector, so we'll Control Z, get rid of that. So you see it's a dotted line. That means it's a single vector. So we're going to select all 4 of these. We'll go back to our Toolpaths. Close this, we'll go to Pocket. And using the same 1/4 inch end mill, we will select our end mill. 1/4. Okay, select that. We obviously don't need a clearance tool for that because it's the same tool anyway. We'll pocket these out to 1/2 inch. Calculate that. Preview that. Okay, there we have our 4 dowel holes. I've machined the bottom first. I'll put the dowel holes in. I'll rename this Align. When I'm done machining the bottom, pull this piece off. Using the Align toolpath, I will drill the holes in the spoil board, reinstall this so we can do the top. And that's it. We only have a 1/4 inch ball nose, 1/4 inch end mill, 1/8 ball nose tapered tool, and then the 1/8 I'm going to use to profile these. I could use the 1/4 to profile it, but I like using that 1/8. It leaves such a nice finish. So we have 4 tools for this complete project. And it's just that easy. We'll save these toolpaths. We'll go down to the CNC and we'll complete this little project today. It's only a few hours, just a short little job. And we'll see you down there. Okay, with just two tools, a 1/4 inch end mill and a 1/4 inch ball nose, the bottom is done. That's one of the nice things about this little project is there's only a few tools, and group them all together. It's only a few tool changes. So I'll turn this over. I'll put my alignment holes in our spoil board. I'll turn this over and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, got it flipped over. We still have the 1/4 inch end mill in the chuck. So I'll go ahead and run the Toolpaths. It'll clear out the little pockets and such. And then we'll get the ball nose on, finish up the pockets. Okay, now I got the 1/4 inch end mill job done on the top. I got the 1/4 inch ball nose in now. We'll go around and finish off the pockets, leave a rounded edge in the bottom. That'll only take a minute now, and then we'll do our 3D image of our unicorn, I believe it was. Okay, so that concludes the 1/4 inch ball nose run. I'm going to put this new Armana 1/8 ball nose 3 flute in, and then I'll do the unicorn. Set that up, be back in a moment. Okay, now I'm going to start the tool path for the unicorn. .3D finish pass. Get this started and back when it's done, and then we'll cut it out when the project is complete. Okay, at a total run time of 28 minutes and 34 seconds on a 5.5 inch square with a unicorn in it with a 1/8 end mill. That's pretty good finish, nice job. And we're ready now. I'm going to put the 1/8 compression end mill in here. Cut out these pieces, a little cleanup, not much. Pretty nice. Soften these edges a bit, and job is complete. Okay, so here's what we got. I just put like coat of shellac on to seal it up. It's not finished yet. It's actually a little tight, but it all fits together, stacks up. The bottom with a little bit of a recess. So yeah, I'll finish cleaning it up, and a little shellac, maybe some poly, I don't know. But yeah, it come out pretty good. One 2-foot piece of wood, 1 inch thick, and you got a layered box, and I'm sure grandkids or children, whatever, anybody would appreciate that. So the next project I'll do is joinery. Something a little different here. All done with a 1/8 end mill. A little different on this side. Use 2 contrasting woods so it shows up. And it's very simple, pretty quick. This one I carved an elk head on. Yeah, I put these little softeners here. It's a positive stop hinge, but I put this on just because those are so weak. So that'll probably be my next project. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe so I know that people are enjoying and learning a little bit from these projects. And I'll continue to put videos together throughout the winter when I'm at home not working anyway, so what the heck, eh? Thanks very much, and talk to you later.